Melodies. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Donna Fiesel, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show, where truth matters. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday, beginning at 1 p.m. Now, that's Central Time to you folks who live out on the East and the West Coast. And we're always glad to be talking to you every single day. Thank you so much for riding home with us. You can also find us on the radio at IC Radio, that's in Christ radio station. And we are Fox News affiliates there. You can also find us on television, channel 182, Charter Communications. Abundance Television, we're syndicated there worldwide. You can find us on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. And also the Newscaster Studio, where we have a lot of fun there as well. All the social media sites, you couldn't get away from us if you tried. So anyway, there you go. Thank you again so much for watching. I'm very excited to have these two young ladies with me on the show, and they're going to tell you a lot about themselves. Virginia Lou. So go ahead and introduce yourself, and let's talk about what you do.
Well, thank you, Donna, for having us. My name is Madalyn.
I'm Lindsey.
And we make up Virginia Lou. We're from a very small town in Texas called Winnie, Texas. And yeah, we live in Nashville, Tennessee now. And we make music about our relationship with Christ. And it sounds a little traditional country. It sounds a little bluegrass, sounds a little edgy rock, but it's all of our different influences that we grew up with. And so we hope that we have something for everybody.
Well, it sounds like you do. I heard you're taking a little tour through the cowboy churches. That's where we go to church.
Yes, ma'am. We are. Right now, we're on the Cowboy Church and Rodeo Tour.
Oh, wow. It's a lot of fun. I want to tell you what, you feel so free when you go to other churches too, but especially the cowboy church.
We've met so many friendly faces and just so many kind people who have welcomed us into their church at these cowboy churches. And so we're having a really great time.
Now, you mentioned a little bit about the group and the kind of music you sing, just kind of a lot of different things, which sounds like what I grew up with, but I'm much older than you are. So the country, I mean, this is really cool. So how did the group get started, and who are the members of the group?
So Lindsey and I are sisters. So it is her and I, and man, we got started. It was a very interesting path, I'll tell you. I've been songwriting for a very long time. Lindsey's been pursuing artistry for a while. And this band didn't really exactly form as a band at first. It actually formed as an album. And I'll tell you kind of how that came about. We're really close to our mama. Her name was Virginia Lou. And she passed away a couple years ago. And we really wanted to make an album to honor her. Album of her favorite hymns that we would hear her sing growing up. And the sounds of bluegrass and traditional country from Alison Krauss, Emmylou Harris to Merle Haggard, George Jones really was the soundtrack of our lives. Amongst other great bands in like Christian music, like Casting Crowns and Third Day. So when we thought about the album and how we wanted to make it to honor her, it was going to be called Virginia Lou. And we weren't even going to put it out, to be honest. It was just going to be something that we recorded and then maybe got some vinyls pressed for our family and handed it out. But our producer, Tommy Collier, he's a great friend of ours. And he kind of, I guess, saw something further along the road than we did. And because he's been in the industry for so long and he was really excited about what he was hearing when we'd come into the studio to record, he just started to naturally share it with friends. And I remember this one interview he did, and he was asked what he was kind of doing recently, and he said, I'm producing these girls. It's a sister duo from Texas, and they're called Virginia Lou. And I remember
oh no.
I sent it to Lindsey, and I was just like, oh, okay, so I guess that's our band name, huh? And we kind of just, we rolled with it. I mean, you know, we were praying about all these things along the way and just what God wanted from us in this season, and truly like what ministry looks like through music. And we just said, hey, if you continue to open up the doors and this is where the path's supposed to lie, we'll continue to say yes to the things that glorify and honor you. And so it really has been that. I mean, door after door has opened, and we've just been graciously given some great people to rally behind us and support us. And we're really building an incredible team. And And now you're looking at Virginia Lou, the band, not the album.
There you. So I wanted to ask you, because my husband is from Texas. He lived in Houston and a community called Spring, Texas, up in that area. How close are you to Spring, Texas?
Probably a little over an hour, I would say, because we're close to like Beaumont, Port Arthur, you know, and on the other side, Baytown and stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah, we almost moved to Surfside, Texas. And my husband said, you'll be fine until the first hurricane came through.
Right.
And then you'd be wanting to move back. I promise you that. But it's so good to be with you. So let's dig just a little bit more into the group and how long you've been doing it. So why did you choose country bluegrass?
Yeah, you know,
what's in it? What's in it for you?
It really is. And I think, and I'll let Lindsey talk a little bit about it too, but I think that it's the storytelling, right?
Yeah, I think that we honestly, it wasn't like a choice. It kind of just fell into this kind of area in which, like how I started out doing it because of our grandma. And then as we were writing, you know, we started to travel back to Texas and be around like people in our family. And then our roots really just grounded into the songwriting that we started doing, and it influenced the genre in which we started creating. But then from there is what we kind of were left with.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you pull from what you know, right?
Yeah.
And the things that inspire you. And even though we live in Tennessee now, Texas will always be a part of us. Our upbringing, the people that we love, and the sounds that really made us who we are. And we might do it with our own flair, but we're really trying to carve out a lane that's unique to us while staying true to our roots. And that's just, that's how it is.
Well, a little off the subject. This may sound like a really crazy question, but are you football fans?
You know,
we like is.
Yeah, we have, our family's definitely a football fan. We like going to the games and just the social aspect of it, but we don't really follow much of the game.
Well, the reason I asked is because now Texas is with the SEC, and see, I'm from Alabama. There's that Alabama-Texas thing going on.
Okay.
Well, I did go to Texas A&M, so for a while it's
that counts. That counts. It really does count. So okay, now so who sings lead, or do both of you sing lead on various songs?
We do. I mean, we have a great dynamic, I think.
Yeah, we very much do like a 50-50 kind of thing.
Yeah, sometimes Lindsey will take the lead on an entire song, and sometimes we'll trade verses, and then we harmonize in the choruses. So we try to like kind of keep people guessing sometimes on like whose voice is going where. Yeah.
We've gotten a comment a lot where people are like, I don't even know which one of you guys was singing. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Even like shout out to our vocal coach, Monica Sadler. She's incredible. And one day she came to one of the writers rounds we were doing, and she was like, I genuinely don't know whose voice is who when you guys harmonize.
That is great. I'm going to put you on the spot. You don't have to if you don't want to, but could you just sing just a little bit of a song and let us hear your sound?
Yeah, sure. Do you want to grab the guitar?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, who plays musical instruments? Both of you?
Madalyn plays really well guitar, and I play really bad piano. So I would say both musical.
Where's my keyboard?
Yeah.
It's in the front.
So when you guys choose your music, I mean, how do you choose it, or does it just happen?
You know, for this project in particular, we have a single that just came out. It's called Precious Memories. And we were choosing very intentionally the songs that really are in our memories of our mama and the hymns that she loved. So for this project, we really thought about her. But in terms of like songs that we write, I guess it's just what's speaking to us in the season and what we feel like is a collective story that we can kind of put out as an album. And so I guess that's how we kind of choose. A lot of prayer along the way too of which songs to release. So
okay, all right, go for it.
This is an unreleased song. This is kind of about really our upbringing, our childhood, about how God can find you at a very young age and plant a seed, and you never know where the road might lead you, but He's got you. This is called Honeysuckles. Sweet honeysuckles growing wild on the fence. Got me thinking about when we were kids. Can't predict the road and see this far, but it always starts with a tug on your heart. You were there when I needed you. Found the lies when I needed truth. I don't wanna know how life will ever be if you were walking right next to me. I don't wanna go down any old road if you don't say it's where I'm supposed to go. Like them honeysuckles going wild and free. Jesus, have your way in me. That's a little bit of it.
I really love it. I was hearing different singers kind of, sort of, if that makes any sense. But you also have your own sound, which is fabulous.
Thank
and
you.
I really do like that. Absolutely. I told you half the show would be gone before you know it. We already have to go into a commercial break.
Goodbye.
We'll be right back in just a few minutes. Everybody hang tight. We'll be right back. Twin City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales looks forward to serving you, and you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by our location at 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama. We sincerely look forward to serving you. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant.
Are you ready?
We all wonder what tomorrow will bring. But the future lays itself at the feet of the prepared and surrenders to the will of the persistent. It's not easy, but today shapes you so you can shape tomorrow. With Northeast Alabama Community College, when the future asks if you're ready, you can answer.
Yes.
Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College.
The only place I buy my beef is Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama. Their cattle is born and raised on their ranch, grass and grain fed, and you can feel confident when you serve your family and friends because their beef is all natural and no antibiotics or hormones are added. You can buy whole beef or perhaps go in with family or friends and buy half. Their customer service is number one as they take care of the delivery to their local processor and can deliver to your home for a small added fee. They also offer herd replacement heifers. I always call Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama for my beef specialty recipes and cookouts, and you can too. food shortages are increasing, so buy local by calling 256-523-6462. That's 256-523-6462. Good afternoon. We're back. My name is Donna, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show, Where Truth Matters. You can find us on the radio at iacradio.media, and you can also, we're Fox News affiliates, by the way. You can also find us on the social media sites. Everything is all there. Television, channel 182 on Charter Communications, and Abundance Television found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Yeah, girls, I didn't want to make you nervous, but you're also on television. So anyway, we're excited. We're excited about that. We got a great fan base, though, and folks love to watch new talent. I want you to talk for a few minutes to young folks. I think you guys sometimes get a bad rap about things, because, that's just the way of the world. We always think we were in the best generation. I remember my parents. My parents were in the 50s, and they always said, no, it was always with us. I mean, we had like the best music. We had Elvis and all this, And then it was like my music was horrid. I mean, they just hated it. And then I kind of found myself doing the same thing with my son. I said, you know what? 70s is what, we had it going on in the 70s. You guys don't know what you're talking about when it comes to music. But I'll have to tell you, I like some of the stuff that's out now, especially the genre you guys are singing in. So talk to some young folks about, because, it kind of looks like the world is just like went into weirdness. Yeah. So how do you guys see the world?
I think our faith informs our perspective on the world. And, if I had to say anything to our generation and those to come, I would say just let God inform who you are. I think with me personally, in my journey, my testimony is all about identity. I think growing up, I kind of allowed myself to become the good things that the good things that people said about me and the bad things that people said about me, the worst things I thought about myself and the best things I thought about myself, and even lies that the enemy tried to sell me. But it wasn't until I started to actively pursue Jesus Christ and was reading the Word of God and figuring out who He said I was. And so if you're questioning, if you're curious, if you're wondering, I would say start there. Really open up the Bible and let God speak to you through that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. There's a lot of depression we hear goes on with young folks. I don't think it's any more than older folks. But what would you say to people about, because my generation, I just have to tell you, we were news junkies. And I think that was probably the downfall. I think you got to know what's going on in the world, but you can't be saturated with it. And I'm noticing your generation, you're not quite as news junkie as we were. You think that's a good thing?
I honestly, I get the whole being saturated with news and people and comparison and being afraid and not being afraid and hearing a lot of opinions but not knowing what truth is. And how Madalyn's testimony, mine's different like how everyone else's is. And you touched on mental health, and that's something I struggled with. And for a very long time, I would watch TV or news outlets or even scrolling through Instagram or Facebook or whatever it may be. And you have everything all at once, and it can get very overwhelming. Just finding the best way to monitor yourself and know where truth lies. And truth lies in the Bible. Truth lies in people that, actually do research and actively do that rather than just saying opinion without facts, which is very helpful when it comes to your mind, because your mind is very protective. It's a very protective place. You need to protect it. It starts from here and it travels everywhere else. So, but yeah, I definitely understand what you're saying.
Well, you make me feel good about, both of you make me feel good about the new generation coming up, because I think you guys see where the balance is. And you got to know what's going on in the world. You have to know how to react, but being saturated with it messes up a whole lot of lives. Absolutely. And just hearing you say that makes me feel so much better about everything. So what does a balance of life mean to you guys?
I think it really is the pursuit of peace and having healthy boundaries. I think that's something that I pray for daily, is that God's peace would guide me. People wonder how to make choices, like which road do you go when you're presented with two different paths or whatever it may be. And I always say, it's that peace that the scripture says that surpasses understanding. You don't know why, but you're just confident in your spirit that this is the right choice to make. And then you always are able to look back in hindsight and be like, that's why. I might not have been able to tell the future, like where this road's going to lead, but I think that staying in tune with God and it really helps define your boundaries and your decisions.
Yeah, I totally agree. I remember being about your age, or maybe a little bit younger. I thought I knew the guy of my dreams. I mean, I thought this guy, I like him, and all this kind of stuff. Had I married that guy, I mean, God saw better than me. I mean, that's why I'd much rather have his guidance. And man, I wound up with like the cream of the crop with the guy I'm married to. So anyway, yeah, you gotta to make wise decisions in your life. So let's get on a happier note. Okay, so you guys have made a career choice, and you followed your dream. And so a lot of folks may think, well, I don't know about my dream. I don't know. You have to do a little research and a little planning. Is that true?
To a certain extent, I think we firmly believe that everybody's created on purpose for a purpose, that everybody's been given a gift to use, and it's really a vehicle. And we really believe that ours is music, and that our music is a vehicle to share the gospel, to share truth, to share hope. And like we were saying with our music, we hope that there's something for everybody, because we all struggle. We all have highs and lows in life, mountains and valleys. So when you're talking about people and what they should do with their life, what their purpose is, I would say to really look inside. What are the things that encourage you, that you enjoy doing? Like I've heard somebody say, if you could get paid to do your favorite hobby or whatever it is, what would that be? Maybe start there. What's inside of you?
I think that's great advice. Absolutely. Okay, we're coming to the end of this segment already. So I know you're traveling a lot. So what areas are you traveling right now? And does it really matter to you where you go?
No. No, it doesn't matter where we go. I mean, we've had shows so far across Texas and Tennessee and into parts of Kentucky, and right now we're actively being booked in other states, and so we're even open to other countries, to be honest.
I think that where like God leads and where the door is open, we follow, and that's the path we kind of chose. That He stands before us, and wherever we go, we're going to follow.
Yeah.
So who are some of the previous singers, maybe older generations? It's going to be somebody who maybe even passed away. Where would some of your influence have come from when it comes to gospel music?
Yeah, with gospel music, I mean, we grew up when Casting Crowns was really popular. Third Day, Natalie Grant, and I mean, she's still big, and they're all still big. But I just remember those songs playing on the radio, and so I would say probably those people in gospel music for sure. Which I know they're more contemporary, but that's kind of more what we listen to.
Well, what do you think about some of the older classics? I mean, I like everything. I'm not into the headbanging stuff, but I do like some of the newer stuff, and I like some of the older stuff. Have you ever thought about just putting maybe some of the old and making it new again? And just in a different way that you sing it? Because I heard this guy was at the Cowboy Church last Sunday, and so he sang Amazing Grace. He said, I'm going to sing it the cowboy version of Amazing Grace. And I'm just going to tell you, I like that version better than any version I've ever heard.
I believe it.
It's really awesome.
Yeah, I mean, that's really what we did with this first album. It's called Little Sparrow. And like I said earlier, the debut single is Precious Memories, which turns 100 years old next year. So talk about, taking the new and the old and putting them together. That's exactly what we did. We listened to a lot of previous covers from anyone from George Jones to like Randy Travis and different artists who over the years have done it, and people were inspired by. And we were like, okay, well, what's our stamp that we can put on Precious Memories and the other songs that we have coming up on the album, like Victory and Jesus. If you could see into the room we're in right now, we're literally staring at a record player, and there's vinyls of anyone from Elvis to Merle Haggard sitting there. And so we really have blended that, and I hope that everybody enjoys what we've created.
Okay, about 2 minutes left in this segment. Would you like to sing a song for us before you leave? Another one?
Sure.
Let's go for it.
Or how could I? We're gonna sing a song for you. It's called "How Could I." This is gonna be on the upcoming album "Little Sparrow," and this song really touches on freedom and Jesus. There's a part in the bridge that says, "I called and you came. You stepped in and everything changed." And really, everything truly changes whenever you have Jesus in your life. So this is called "How Could I." How could I see the mountain in the wave, be afraid, as if you've not overcame every stronghold, every struggle I could face from day to day? How could I? How could I? Jesus, with you, freedom is my claim. Jesus, with you, now I know my name. And no more shame, no more pain. You are healing what's concealed. Oh, Jesus. Things alone, what's unseen and what's been said, terrified. I know you won't leave me for dead. Every promise, every season, you are constant. I'll keep believing. Jesus, with you, freedom is my claim. Jesus, with you, now I know my name. No more, no more. You are healing what's concealed. Jesus. Jesus. I called, you came. You stepped in, everything changed. Everything changed.
Beautiful. Okay, guys, you heard it here. Now, how can folks find out more about you? Do you have a website?
We do. It's virginialou.com, and you can find us on anywhere from Facebook to TikTok, Virginia Lou Music.
Absolutely. Thank you, girls, so much for being on the show today. You did a great job.
Donna. Thank you for having us.
And thank you guys so much for watching. You know, you can find us all over the place. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day. You take care.